Hello and welcome back to the On the Slab Horror Show, the show that we bring to you each and every Friday night. Why we do this on a Friday night? Because Friday night is horror night. And for my guest being in the States, there you don't probably get that reference. On a Friday, we used to have a channel that used to give us a free to air horror TV or horror movie every Friday at 10 p.m.
Oh,
So I know in the States you have the watershed as well, where you couldn't show certain things before a certain time. It's kind of phased out now, but over here at 10 p.m. on a Friday, Channel 4 used to give you a free to air horror movie,
mm,
and it was awesome.
love that.
It was awesome. Didn't matter if you rented 100 horror movies in the weekend, you watched that free one every week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But as you can see, we have a guest here from the States, as I previously mentioned. This is actress, voice actress, and award winning cosplayist, which I didn't even know was a thing, Miss Lauren Alenia. How are you?
Hi, I'm good.
I didn't mess up the surname this time.
You did not. You did
Yeah,
good. You did
that was
good.
that was sitting in my head going, I'm gonna get that wrong. I'm gonna get that wrong. Um, I know we've been trying to line this up for a little while, but here we are. So appreciate you taking the time out of your day to come on. I know
Of
it's
course.
afternoon, evening time for yourself.
Yes. Thank
So
you. I appreciate this so much. Thank you.
absolutely, I love having different people on for different points of view on horror. And I know we were chatting off screen. You said you're a big horror fan.
Yes.
So what you'll notice in this is the conversations go everywhere,
Oh, okay.
everywhere. Obviously, off screen, I told you there's certain things we don't talk about, but
Yeah, yeah.
that's uh, that's for a different podcast, and you're not going to find me talking about it. But let's jump straight into it, Lauren. Why don't you
Okay.
tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started in the business?
Of course. So my name is Lauren Alenia. I am 22 years old. I was originally born in Moscow, Russia. So I am 100% Russian.
Nice,
Um, I moved to the States very, very young in age. And growing up, I was always super into art, whether that be drawing or costume designing. I kind of found my passion around like age 15, where I created certain costumes and cosplay, which, as you were telling me, is super foreign over there, which is so crazy to think about. Because it's kind of like my whole life.
there might
So
be over here, and I've just not seen it because I've
hey,
never been to a
maybe,
Comic Con
maybe that's
over
what you
here.
told me. I'm going by with
Mm,
hey,
Yeah,
you're the
like
one
there
that
are
lives in
there, there
Ireland.
are Comic Cons here, but I don't think there's like awards for for cosplay over here. But I might
Okay.
be wrong with that. But
Let's
I'm
get
gonna go
started.
with
I
what
hope
I know.
I hope someone's listening to this and it's gonna make it happen. But yeah, so just from a very young age, I've always been into art, and I started off creating costumes based off of like fictional, video game characters and Harley Quinn and all these different diverse characters. And with creating the costumes so detail oriented, I make them as screen accurate as I possibly can. And by going to, like you said, these cons and these comic cons, I perform as the character. So I'm 100% in whatever character I'm playing. And that's kind of how I started, I guess you could say, acting is through cosplay. And throughout these different characters I would portray, I would be getting noticed from different directors
Nice.
that would notice, for example, Harley Quinn, who is such an extreme personality, to then I could go to Princess Peach, that's more of a cutesy, royal kind of character. So I have, two different sides. And I would be approached by directors, and I got cast in my first film, and I was like, this is something I really want to do. Like, I love acting, I love bringing fictional characters to life, or any character in that sense. And I've always been into horror, so horror and acting, it just kind of all came together, and that's kind of where we are now, where I like to scream bloody horror in movies.
Nice. It's definitely a point I've brought up in previous shows with guests. Horror seems to be the stepping stone for people to get into acting. It seems to be the
Yeah,
one that people get cast in and then kind of just go all over the place. Now,
yeah,
some stay in the genre forever, and like fair play to them.
yeah.
Some go off and come back. Some do one or two and then never come back.
Right, right.
But it seems to be the gateway or the stepping stone. It seems to be. I don't want to make it sound bad, but it seems to be like the easier one to get into.
Hmm.
I'm not sure why, because obviously it's probably harder to portray being terrified on screen when you know
1000%.
what's coming. but
Absolutely. Yeah.
um, it seems to be that way.
I mean, I've done with, the films that we'll talk about, like, I've done roles where, I'm not screaming my head off, and then I've done roles where I really have to get in such a dark emotional state to really bring out my best performance. And I think that with horror, I think it's just such a fun genre, first of all, to watch. I think that it brings out one of the strongest emotions, which is fear and anxiety. As well as just from an actor standpoint, being able to kind of like just bring out that fear and those emotions that I feel you would only feel that kind of fear and scare um in a real life situation. So it's very difficult, like you're saying, to, you know, watch a horror movie and you tell yourself, it's fake, that's gore, that's special effects, that's not real. And then when you're actually, for me at least, when I'm in the moment, I will literally give myself a panic attack so that I could give my best performance, either emotionally or crying or screaming, whatever. So I agree with you. It is difficult, but it's I think that it's my best. I think it's my best work personally when I am in that high emotional state and I could really bring out whatever the director's looking for in the character.
Nice. First
Mhm.
hard question for you.
Okay.
Would you prefer to be the final girl or the killer?
Oh my gosh. Ooh, final girl.
Final girl?
Final girl. I think I could definitely pull off both. I think that I have, the cute little adorable face to be the killer in the end, but also I do think I could be the final girl. 1000%.
Giving off the Rebecca Gayheart urban legend vibe.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
the one you don't expect.
Yes, I love that though. I love I love horror movies where like Scream, especially the originals. Nothing beats the originals. But no, serious. Like I love Scream. I love that whole kind of like amped up mystery aspect of it. Like, okay, who's the killer?
Nice.
Um, I love that. I love that. But I also love, watching a girl go through hell and still come out strong as ever.
Well, I have a funny story about Scream. So I've
Okay.
watched horror films for years and years, and literally figured I'd seen them all. Remember when the first lockdown happened?
Yes.
So I said I'm gonna sit down and rewatch Scream. Right?
Okay.
Sat and watched Scream one. Sat there and went, yeah, I've never seen this before in my life. Never seen it before. Now I knew who the
You've
killers
never seen
were.
Scream?
Yeah, I knew who the killers were because obviously it's everywhere. But
Right.
no, I might have seen it beforehand, but I remembered zero of it, like nothing.
So you
So,
were going in, like with almost like just clean slate.
and- well, no, because I knew who the killers were. So I obviously knew then. I was like, okay, well, I have definitely seen it.
Right.
But when I watched it, there was parts of it I remembered nothing.
Are you
Like,
serious?
yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
See,
Uh,
I don't know. I heard some horror movies are like that with certain people where like you'll watch it, you'll love it, and then you'll just forget about it. And
mm,
then when you go to watch it again, like it gets you again.
so I
Especially the
rewatched.
older ones. Yeah.
Yeah, I rewatched. Well, I didn't rewatch. I watched them all one after another. Then
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think of the series?
I'm actually before we came on here. I'm about an hour and 15 minutes through Scream Four tonight.
Oh, okay.
I watched two and three yesterday, and I watched one the day before.
Okay.
But
Okay. So far, who was your favorite Ghostface?
who was my favorite?
Yeah. So far.
I so like if I'd never seen it and I was watching them for a first time now, I would go with. Oh, I like Mickey.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah.
Okay, I'll keep my
It
mouth
wasn't a,
shut. I'll keep
it
my mouth
wasn't a
shut then.
it wasn't a great popular one, but I liked him in the Oliphant. I think he's a fantastic actor. Um,
Yeah.
and like the that one was great. I actually really like Roman.
Yeah.
Um, I like Roman. The two boys were obviously the iconic ones.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna meet the two of them in October.
Oh. Nice.
Yeah. Um, yeah, they're all good. I'm not a fan of four.
No,
I think four is the worst of the six of them.
I've heard. Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I'm not a fan of four. I don't like the two killers in it.
Yeah.
Um, but the rest of them, I love the two new ones.
Yeah,
Um,
the new ones are really good.
yeah. So I like for me, I'd go one, five, six, two, three, four.
Okay. Oh, you really don't like 4.
No,
That's
like
like
at
at the
all.
bottom of your tier list.
Yeah. Oh, like I watch it when I'm watching the franchise, but I will
Yeah.
not just go and put it on for no reason.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's understandable. That's
Yeah.
understandable.
But
Yeah.
yeah, um,
Mhm.
yeah, I love Scream. Like it's fantastic. Like, I actually have a Scream.
Ghostface. Oh,
Yeah.
see, I love that. I love that.
So, um, yeah, but like it is what it is, isn't it? But for me, yeah, the Final Girl, they're iconic.
Mhm.
Um, and
Yeah.
obviously it can bolster your career. Obviously, you're looking at the likes of a Lauren Alenia now came through Terrifier 2
Right.
and has just taken over the world by storm.
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean? So
Absolutely. Yeah.
something like that. When you get a good Final Girl, they're brilliant.
Yeah.
Uh,
1000%. I think for the upcoming film that I was in, Then Came a Rainbow. I can't say too much about it, but I definitely think that I fit that kind of description that you're saying, which I'm very excited for everybody to see it. It's gonna be incredible.
I might have to try and figure out a place to find that one.
Yes, so it'll be coming out in, I believe, 2026. So we're
That's
actually still
miles
in
away.
production. Yeah, we're still in production. We got like a whole we filmed and we're actually doing pickups and we're doing an even bigger cast. I mean, Robert Mukes, Mark Haynes, like really big, amazing actors that I'm very excited to work with. So it's
Two
gonna be incredible.
two big units right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
So what you're talking about? Robert Milks was House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yes.
Mark Haynes
Robert
was
Town
Scream.
Kennedy. Yes.
Oh, I
Mhm.
love Rob. Rob's been on the show before.
Yeah. Oh, are you
Yeah,
serious? That's
yeah.
awesome.
He's awesome. Yeah, he was
Alyssa
here.
Rose, like it's gonna be a really good film, and I'm very excited for everybody to see the film and the storyline because it truly is something different than personally I've seen, and I'm like a horror freak. I watch so many horror movies. It's a problem. So
It's never a
it's
problem. The
something
problem is
new.
there's never enough time.
That is true too.
Uh,
That is true. But yeah, even growing up, like I'd watch horror movies, and my mom always would tell me, like, be careful what you watch because once you see something, you can't unsee it. And that always just kind of like stuck with me because I'm like now I'm like I want to watch like even more movies, like I
I
want
got
to watch
that.
even more.
Yeah, I got that when I was younger. There's three
Yep.
movies I wasn't allowed to watch.
No.
Exorcist was one.
Ooh, Exorcist.
The original Texas Chainsaw was another one.
Ooh, you couldn't see them. You couldn't watch them. You weren't allowed.
I wasn't allowed.
You weren't
And then
allowed.
Nightmare on Elm Street was the third one.
Ooh.
And at somewhere between 11 and 12, I snuck down the stairs when I was in my mom's house and I watched Nightmare on Elm Street
Nice.
and I was hooked. I'd seen all three by the time I was 12.
Yeah, are you kidding me?
Yeah, it was
That
awesome.
right there, that is something to like flaunt. That's cool.
Uh,
That's
Like
cool.
Nightmare on Elm Street is my favorite horror film.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I have a big Freddy tattoo here.
I love Freddy. I think that back then, just I think Freddy was absolutely something different that I think the genre needed because of course they have slashers, Jason, Michael, but then Freddy comes out and it's like, oh shit, like this guy could kill you in your sleep. Like, okay. Like,
I
that's
I
wild.
I I've said for years and years that Freddy was the slasher that saved the slasher genre. He
Yeah.
cha- he changed the
Yeah.
way it worked. Obviously you had the big, slow, methodical walk you down.
Right. Right.
But he was just different. He had the humor, the viciousness.
Yes.
Mm,
Okay, okay, I gotta ask you now. What do you think about Chucky? Because I know they kind
Yeah,
of meh.
man,
Yeah.
it's not for
Been
me.
there, done that. You're over
Not
it. Eh.
never really tickled me. I tried to rewatch them this year, and I got
Yeah.
through the first two, and I was sitting there going, "No, not watching any more of these."
Yeah. I like
Actually,
the first two. I do. I love the I think this goes with just any classic. Like I love the classic films. I love the films one, two, three, maybe. Anything after that, I feel like the reboots. I feel like reboots these days in 2025 are very hit or miss. Um, Not to say I won't watch them, but I don't know. As you know,
I
nothing
I,
beats the original.
I have some
Seriously.
I have some very hot takes on remakes.
Oh, what's your hot take?
The '03 Texas Chainsaw is better than the original one.
The new one, the one that was on Netflix?
No, 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 no.
No. You
Oh,
know what
Jesus
I'm
God,
talking
no.
about with that.
Oh, Jesus God, no. I think um, Carl, who used to be on the show, and me and Ian, who set up the show as well, they're both
Okay.
somewhatly gone. We done a show on that, and I think we broke the world record for swearing. Oh my Jesus, it was atrocious, that film.
Yeah. That
Oh
film. If we're okay, so we're both talking about the Netflix one.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm talking about the '03 one with Jessica
The
Biel.
old. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yes,
Yeah,
that was good.
that's better than
That
the
was
original one
good.
for me.
That was good. I love Leatherface. I love him. I love him.
He
He's
was the
so
worst
cute.
part of that '03 one though. Andrew was just far too big and imposing.
Yeah. I
Um,
feel I feel like certain actors definitely even outside of horror, like Superman and all these different, characters that are being rebooted now, like I feel like there's certain actors that fit certain roles better than XYZ other actor. And that's no hate to any other actor. I just think that sometimes, I don't know, like for example, right? The Joker. When you think of the Joker, who do you think of?
Jack.
Right. Like there's certain actors in certain films that just really bring that character
Well,
to life.
sorry,
It's a
I'd actually think Mark Hamill.
market for yeah,
Yeah, his voice is just
the cart
ridiculous. But
yeah,
for live action,
live
I'm
action.
taking Jack all day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone will say Heath Ledger to me, but I'm like, no, give me the wacky Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
think
then
I mean, I think I don't know. That's a good question. I think all of them were really good. I think that even
no,
though oh god, what was his name? I'm drawing a blank.
Jared Leto.
Suicide Squad. Yeah, I even thought
Uh,
I think
I
they're
will
all in
end
their
this
own little
interview here.
universe. I think they're all in their own little universe. That's what I think.
He
That's how
was
I
absolutely atrocious.
You think
Atrocious.
so?
Oh my God, there's a reason he was cut for 40 minutes of that film. Holy Jesus, it was an
I think
awful, awful.
this is my thing. I go into like watching, for example, Joker can't be the same Joker in every movie, right? I
Oh, I
wish it
get
would be
that.
like that. Yeah, so I kind of like went by that as okay, this is a totally new timeline, totally new Joker. But I get what you're saying too because it's not the classic
No, but it didn't have
Joker.
to be the classic. I get the like we had the wacky Jack, the wacky one that Jack
Right,
Nicholson done, right,
right,
which was great and funny because it fit the time and it fit the Tim
the
Burton
time,
movie,
right,
right?
right.
Perfectly fine. Heath Ledger's one was fantastic. It fit the
Hmm.
Christopher Nolan one, but Jared Leto's one didn't even fit the Suicide Squad movie.
It was very like
Like he was supposed to be the main guy in that,
yeah. I
so that
actually
tells you
saw
everything.
clips. I saw clips of the director's cut. They should have kept all that in. They should have kept
No, they
all that in.
shouldn't. I couldn't get out
You
of the
don't think
cinema quick enough.
so?
I couldn't get out of the cinema quick enough. I was like,
Are you
no.
serious?
Oh, I hated it.
Okay, okay, okay. Well, question for you then. What do you think about the new Suicide Squad?
I didn't mind the new one.
Okay,
Didn't
okay.
mind the new one. I thought Polka Dot Man was awesome because the dot matching
Yeah.
is fantastic. Um, yeah, I didn't mind it. I thought it was a bit weird that they brought Margot Robbie back as Harley Quinn,
Hmm.
and some of the other characters back. But I liked what they done with it. I thought it was better than the first one.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
Sylvester
I do.
Stallone as King Shark was awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Um.
I love DC. That's another thing I love. I love DC. I love, 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 love.
Oh,
Oh, I love horror, but I also love DC.
I'm a Marvel guy.
You are. Well, okay. What's
Yeah.
your favorite all time?
Gambit.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love Gambit.
Yeah.
I love Gambit.
Yeah. Always has been.
Even in the comics?
I didn't read comics.
No.
No.
Okay.
just the old cartoons and the movies.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's not in many of the movies, but
Yeah.
that's that's a different story. But yeah, that was something. Yeah, no, I'm more of a Marvel fan. DC do better TV shows. Marvel do
Mm,
better movies.
okay. Yeah.
The
I mean,
DC
I'm not
movie, the
gonna.
DC movies have been terrible.
Yeah, I will say like I think the last DC movie I actually really watched was the newer Suicide Squad.
Yeah, probably the last one I watched.
I didn't watch Birds of Prey. That
Oh,
wasn't my
I
personally
attempted to
that
watch
wasn't
it.
my yeah, personally that wasn't my Harley Quinn. I don't know. But yeah, no, I think last DC was that the 2021
The polka
Suicide
dot
Squad.
man and that. I just love it.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Eh.
Uh, um, but we'll jump back from comics to horror. Um, obviously you got cast in a few projects,
Mm.
some of which are still upcoming.
Yes.
Um, I did happen to see uh, Ronald Black sent me a preview to have a look at Swine and Dine, which you
Yes.
have a small role in.
Yes.
And I've seen it and you haven't. So I'm
I
going to
have
throw that out there.
not. I have not. I know you're gonna have to like don't tell me nothing. I working with that cast was phenomenal. Ron is great, Chris is great. Um but yeah, I think the first time I'm actually gonna see the film from start to finish is the premiere. That's gonna be end of July.
Nice.
So
It's
that's gonna be super exciting.
27th of July, I think it is. I read
Yes,
somewhere something like that.
27. Yes.
I
Without
might be
telling
wrong as
me
well.
anything, what did you think? What was your non-spoiler review to an actress in the film?
Um, I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Um, I had said to himself a few little bits that I noticed, um, but there are literally minor bits that I noticed.
Mm. Okay.
And so, like, it could be where it's cutting from scene to scene, and you can see the scene jump and change.
Okay.
Um, like, nothing about the acting or the effects. The effects in it were very good. Um, Mark is fucking huge.
Yes.
That's a scary man right there.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I thought he
He's
was
huge.
big in Stream,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
like he's just fucking
Yeah.
ridiculous. That man.
I mean I've met Mark multiple times and I I'm 4'11", so I'm already small as it is, and, like, this man, I just, like I can't, like, look eye level, I have to, like, look up. Like, it's like, "Hi, hey, how are you?"
Mm,
Like
like
yeah.
I'm 6'1", and I reckon he towers over me.
Yeah, he's tall. God
Mm,
bless, he's tall. Yeah.
yeah, he's a bit. He's not even just tall though. Do you know the way you could get, say, like Doug Jones is tall and skinny? He's not
Yeah.
skinny in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
That man.
Yeah.
Uh,
He's very, very, like, beefy, you know?
yeah,
Beefy guy.
but I thought he fit the role perfectly.
Yeah.
The effects at the end were top class. There's
Oh,
some
I
there's
can't
some
wait.
there's
Oh my
some
god.
gnarly little bits in there now.
I can't
Um,
wait.
but yeah, Ron sent it to me, and I gave it a watch. Gave him my opinion on it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, and I think it'll go down quite well with fans.
Yeah?
And I'd like to see a feature.
Yes, that's
Uh,
actually what we're hoping for.
oh yeah,
That's what we're hoping
I'd
for.
definitely watch a feature
Yes.
because I'd like to
Awesome.
see maybe a
More.
back. Well, I don't know about more, but I definitely like the story to be expanded so I could see
Okay.
why or what's going on. Like
Mm,
the short
okay.
tell the short tells a story, but there's always more that could be told.
Right. Okay.
Mm,
Okay. So you would want more of like a background.
yeah, well, like
A
that could be the
background of it.
opening of a movie, and then
Right.
you get why.
Right.
So you're
Right.
left wanting more, which is always what you want from a short, really,
Yeah. Yeah.
unless you're not planning on doing a feature.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think playing Alex was actually so much fun because that day on set, I think I probably had one of the easiest scenes. Again, I think I had the easiest one of the easiest scenes, and the whole time Ron was just like joking around the whole time because I'm over here trying to do my lines, and Ron goes, "Okay, girl, all right, action, girl." I'm like, "You gotta stop, stop! You're gonna make me laugh." He goes, "Okay, all right, girl, action," and he just wouldn't stop to the point where it was like so goofy in that room.
I will kill
Um,
you dead.
yeah. No, I'm seriously, like, it was so much fun working with them, and I'm very excited. I'm jealous that you sold before me, but that's something to hash out with Ron. But,
The man
get
values my opinion more.
out of here. Get out of here.
Um,
Uh,
when we had Ron on the show, I found him hilarious as well. He just chimed in with some good ones when he was on the show.
yeah.
Um,
He's awesome. They're both awesome. The Blackout films, they're great. They're awesome.
yeah, I'd seen it pop up a few times. Obviously, we connected on social media, and I think you might have
Yes.
shared it out, and he'd shared it out, and it just kept
Okay.
popping up, and I was like, I know I'm meant to somewhere go and find this to watch because
Yeah.
anyone that's been on the show, I kind of keep an eye on what they're doing and check out
Okay.
sort of the new projects they do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I was like, I need to watch it, but I also don't have time to watch it. And I was like, and then when he messaged me, and I was like, okay, now I'll watch it.
Now I go watch it. Yeah,
Yeah.
now go.
I can't actively go looking for everything because then I'm just
Yeah,
inundated
right?
with stuff, and I'm like, oh balls. Uh,
I swear, if life wasn't life and I could just like watch horror movies, that's what I'd be doing.
that'd be a hell of a life.
That's the hell of a life, right?
Although you'll have watched some absolute terrible films.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think all films have their pros and cons. I will say that. I don't think that any film that's made is like garbage, but I think that there definitely are pros and cons to certain stories and certain.
I've watched two this year,
You've
three
watched
this year that I've watched, and
You weren't a fan.
I
You
can
weren't a
honestly
fan
tell you, I will never, ever, ever watch them again,
ever. And that's
or
okay.
I
Everybody
would
listen, every
never,
that
I would never
somebody's
even
gonna like those
recommend them.
movies. Somebody's gonna like them. Someone's gonna watch it and be like, "Oh my god, this is amazing." Everybody's opinion's different.
Let me see. I'll check their. Okay. One of them has a 2.5 out of 10 on IMDb, on Letterboxd. Sorry, 4.2 out of 10 and 2.1 out of 5. That was not good. Um,
Yeah.
that
Well,
was
I hope.
not good.
I think that for even because I am friends with a lot of directors and creators and writers and even like the BTS of acting, right? Because I just portray characters. I think that it's definitely, and I think you could agree. I think you can agree on me on this one. I think it's definitely a learning experience.
Oh, absolutely. And
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
I do like. I'll never knock somebody for getting it done,
Right.
right?
Right.
But what I find is, I'm fairly blunt when it comes to things. Like, I've sat here with directors and I've told them straight out that their movie
Mhm.
was terrible. Like,
Are you serious?
yeah,
Oh
I will
my
not.
god.
If someone asks me my honest opinion, I'll tell them.
Yeah.
And there's no point in me beating around the bush and
Yeah.
say you asked me about Swine and Dine, and I say it on the show. Yeah, it was great, this, that, and the other, and it's not going to do anyone any favors. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
well,
But it's also your opinion too. It's
n-
also
absolutely, and
everything's always opinion based.
I do get that people will like stuff that I don't, and I definitely like
Mhm.
stuff that people don't.
Right.
Do you know what I
Right.
mean? But these three movies that I watched this year, I'm not even going to name them.
Yeah, don't
They
don't.
were absolutely atrocious.
So you would just never you're not a fan.
Nope.
Not a fan. Not a fan.
Like, I watched one of them with my missus,
Okay.
and we both sat there going, "What is going on here? Like,
Oh,
what is going on?" Like, I watched it and I still couldn't tell you what happened in it. Do you know
that's
what?
funny, but not. That's funny, but not.
Nothing everything happened, but nothing happened,
Hmm.
and I was just like, "What?" Like, it didn't even make sense. So
I believe firmly in, feedback. I do. I'm a very big person with feedback. I'm never gonna, take someone's feedback and be like, "Oh my god." So, I think that, those movies that maybe some people don't like, I think that it's again, like what I said, it's a learning experience. Every
but
day you're learning, every day you're,
you're
growing
grafting.
and yeah.
I get that, but
Mhm.
like, if a director asks me, right, and they're like, "What didn't you like about it?" I'm not just gonna say it's crap. I'll tell them what I didn't like.
Right.
But I don't think, directed either of any of those three movies, and I'd be very surprised. So, but I will literally tell you straight up to your face, if I didn't like
Yeah.
the movie, I'd be like, no, wasn't for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
And I've done it on the show, and directors are like, well, that's fair, but why? And I
Why?
think
Right.
sometimes they're not my type of movies.
Okay.
There's not all types of horror that I like. Like
Right.
I
Right.
don't really like body horror,
Okay.
and things like that. I'll watch it. Like, don't get me wrong, and I respect the graft that goes into it,
Right.
but
But it's
it
not your
wouldn't be
thing.
my thing. Yeah.
It's not your thing.
Do
Right.
you know what I mean? And then you get the torture porn stuff where I'm like, no, not
Yeah.
really. I like Hostel. I like the first Hostel. I like Saw.
Yeah.
But then you get to an extreme of the likes of like a Serbian film and things like that, and I'm just like, no, not for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. No, I think that I mean, I think I touched on this on a few podcasts saying that like horror as a genre is art. I do believe it's a form of art.
absolutely,
I think that it is, even mentally to like for a writer's perspective, it's art. I think it's a form of creativity that is so beyond like anybody's thinking with these movies, right? But also I think that even like for me as because I do act in the movies, it's totally different. It's a different perspective when you act and then watch movies. Like, it's weird because it's like, "Oh, I can see somebody dying. Oh, I know how they did that." Like, "Oh, someone's head's getting cut off. I know how they did that." Like, it's a different perspective, than people that are just going in watching the movies. Like, maybe like, for you, like, for example, body gore, you don't like it. For me, I would be like, "That's so cool," because I've seen what it looks like behind the scenes and the art and the prosthetics, and it's a
but
totally different perspective.
yeah, like don't get me wrong, with the body horror, you absolutely respect the graft that goes into it from the
Yeah,
special effects team,
yeah,
especially when it's practical.
right.
There's a lot more that you respect to a practical um effect than CGI, and that's
Right.
not to take away from CGI.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But like when you watch, say, the 1981 thing,
Right.
when he's doing the when he's leaning on the chest and it caves in,
Yes. Oh, that scene?
do you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like that was
That's
ridiculous.
yeah. Yeah.
And then you watch some of Cronenberg stuff, and you're
Mhm.
like, it's phenomenal on
Right.
how they did it, especially even at the time.
Yeah. I think now it's so, with bigger, higher budgets and all that, like I've experienced both. I've experienced more of like the CGI kind of side of it where it's all editing, and then I've also experienced, okay, we're gonna have you be stabbed. And
Great.
that's and
Yay, go
we're
me.
gonna have a right, we're gonna have a fake body for you and all this crazy stuff. So I've experienced both. I do think that um technology these days is only getting more insane and better and it's only 2025, but like I am kind of looking forward to like 10 years down the road. What is horror going to look like? You
Absolutely.
know?
And
Yeah.
with the advances that we're getting and how smart people are with how they're
Mhm.
designing like quips and stuff,
Right.
and how they're designing special effects, like
Yeah.
I have a girl that I follow on the page, Corey, and like she put up this one the other day, um, of her fingernail that she apparently ripped off. Now it
Ripped
wasn't
off. I
real,
think I saw that. Yeah.
and I was like, I was flicking through it, and I just got, you get the shivers. I was like,
Right.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah. Like we
So
need a warning.
I had to look at it again and again, and I was like, good
Yeah.
lord!
Yeah.
And
I
then
actually
I showed it to
did.
my missus, and she was like, "What
Yeah.
is wrong with you?"
That's funny because that's kind of like the same response that I got. I did my own special effects for Then Came a Rainbow.
Oh,
For the one scene that I was in, the one big scene, I can't disclose it, but there's a little sneak peek on my Instagram. So I actually did the special effects all myself, all the makeup effects. And I remember I walked out and Diana, the director, was like, "Oh my god!" Like it because I wasn't telling anybody I was about to go do it. I just kind of like went and, of course with their permission, but I didn't say, "Hey, I'm almost done," or no, I just kind of walked out.
I'm just
And
nipping off to the bathroom there. I'll be back.
yeah, right. I'll be back. Bye. And everybody was freaked out and like they were taking pictures of it and it was really cool. So that was amazing. And I don't know, I've always been into like special effects and art as like I said and I've incorporated special effects whether that be painting my whole body blue for Tim Burton's Corpse Bride or like whatever cosplay I have to do, it's makeup and it's art. And I think that that's what I really love and admire about acting and
So
cosplay, and it all comes together. It
I
all
gotta
comes
ask you, right?
together.
If you have to
Okay.
paint your whole body blue, do you just get into like a bucket of paint?
So surprisingly, no. So I actually, so the whole trick is for the leg part. Those were tights, but I did have to paint my legs blue once. But I looked like a Smurf. We're not gonna talk about that. Besides that, for Corpse Bride, it's my arms, my face, my chest, like everything that's my back. It's literally like a little dish of just paint, and you just have to like actually, it's water activated, and you paint it, and
Ouch.
you look like a Smurf. You do. You look like a Smurf.
Were you 4 apples high?
I should have been. You know what? I should have been. Give me a yellow wig, give me a Smurfette dress, like at that point, you know. But but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I only used body paint for Corpse Bride, I think. Um the Arkham Knight Harley Quinn, she has a very, 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 very white face. So I had to use face paint for that. But like besides that, like I'm good.
I figured just when you had to paint your body blue, it was like just step into a bucket of paint and that'll do.
Listen, I could never. Oh my god. See, that would make it so easy. But I know there's something called airbrushing, where like it's like spray painting your body, but it like I personally I don't got
That's
time
the
for
one
that.
where that's the one where they do it like
That's
like
the
getting a
one way to
spray
just
tan.
that's yeah, yeah, right? But no, for me, I'm more of the basic, like I want to make sure everything's, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm very OCD, I'm very detail oriented, so
Well, I mean,
I'll take up the extra hour and a half just to like paint myself blue. You know what I mean? 2 coats, 3 coats.
so
Instead of making it look sloppy. Yeah.
although you still have to find someone else to do other parts that you can't
Yeah.
reach.
Yeah, I can't paint my
Yeah.
back. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's yeah.
Just lie down on the ground and roll around for a while.
Yeah, see, that has to be invented. We
Yeah.
have to make that happen.
Just
That would be so much easier.
get a human sized tray, like a roller tray for paint, and just
And just
lie in
roll
that.
around in it.
Yeah,
Oh my god, that'd be funny.
that would work.
That would work. That would
No,
be
but
funny.
as you said, there's definitely a supreme talent in special effects,
Hmm.
um, and they don't get enough love, like even in terms of the Oscars and stuff,
Yeah.
um, because like as tough as acting is, um, acting can be you can be the best actor in the world, but if the effects don't look good in a movie, it just doesn't come off.
Yeah. That's
Um,
understandable. Yeah.
eh, like as I said, there's a few that I have on the social medias that have been on the show and stuff that have been
Hmm.
phenomenal with special effects.
Yeah.
And they put stuff up, and I'm just sitting there going, I can't even draw a straight line. Can't even draw a fucking stick, man, let alone a straight line.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
you people are out here creating this shit.
yeah, I've met a few phenomenal, makeup artists and special effects artists like on the sets I've worked on, and they're incredible. They're
Yeah.
incredible. Seriously. Yeah.
Like our very first guest on this lab was Nick Benson, who was special effects for um, the 1988 Blob.
Okay. Wow.
He worked with James Cameron on The Abyss,
Okay.
and things like that. But like his thing was just phenomenal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
It's absolutely like you said, like it's absolutely a talent.
yeah.
A
Oh,
thousand
absolutely.
percent. 1,000%.
And
So
I've
anytime
said it,
anytime I get a kill, I'm like, yes, please. Like I want to work with these people. Like it's so cool. It's so fun.
Lauren. Would you like to be killed by this person? Yes.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
Um.
I love I love being killed. Wow, that out of context, that sounds crazy, but yeah, no, in the
Yeah.
sense of like horror movies and
What
acting, I
happens?
love being
Watch now
killed.
as I cut this and put it out as just a snippet.
Oh my god, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Stop it.
um. No, the like obviously being in indie horror and indie movies,
Mhm.
you get a bit more creative freedom. Obviously,
Yeah.
budgetary restrictions, but
Mhm.
that kind of freedom obviously helps, and especially where if you can do your own special effects, it saves them
Yeah.
more of a budget, which gives you a little bit
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
So
And plus
that
it's
obviously helps.
fun. It's even more fun, you know?
Yeah. What happens? I had to ice up the side of my face to get it killed.
See, I with my kills, they've been insane, and they are very, very close to coming out, which I'm so excited for. So a few of my kills are coming out, and I have like the BTS version of it. You know what I mean? Like you're recording it, and you're like, okay, I see myself getting killed, but like I cannot even explain the excitement that I have for actually seeing myself, with editing and all the crazy stuff, right? Like seeing myself like that. It's gonna be so cool. It's gonna be surreal because again, I love acting and it's gonna be
Well,
insane.
that's it. Like, and then like I've had a few people on the show that'll be like, "Oh, I won't watch myself on the screen."
Um,
Why? And I get some people are could be self conscious about it and whatever,
yeah,
but like if you watch yourself on the screen, like you might find it cringy to watch, but you might see something that you could do better.
right.
But
Yeah,
then again, I can't
thousand
tell anybody.
percent.
I can't tell anybody anything because I've never acted in my life.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm very like much. I want to see it. You know what I mean? Like I want to see it. I'm very because like I think it might be kind of like an out of body experience in the sense of like I'm watching the movie and that kill. Oh my god, I'm that kill. Like I am that kill.
What happened?
You know what
That's
I mean?
me.
That's me, right?
Uh,
So I'm just very excited, and I don't know. There's a lot of stuff coming up, which I'm very honored, and I feel very blessed and thankful to even be where I'm at in my career right now.
so
Since I've been acting for a year,
that
and things
all
have just yeah a year. So things have really been taking off, and I'm just very very blessed.
nice. So how many projects have you got due to come out?
Oh my goodness,
Ish
12, 12, 13 so far.
in a year. That's pretty good going.
Oh, thank
Uh,
you.
so I'll tell you what. I'll throw you one there, right? Because obviously I haven't seen anything, which is
Okay.
not well. Actually, apart from Swine and Dine, I was going to say,
Yes.
which is normally abnormal that I haven't seen
Right.
something that a guest was in. Um, if you could be in any horror franchise, what would it be?
Ooh. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love this question. Oh my gosh. Okay. I have two. If that's acceptable, I have two. One, Scream,
But what character?
either Final Girl or Ghostface.
No, so like the franchise, you've been given the keys to the franchise, right? The
I've been
franchise,
given the keys.
yeah. So you're making the first one is being made, right? You are
Okay.
given any role you want to be, right? And you just replace the actor that done that
Ooh.
role. What are you
Hmm.
going with?
Oh my god. Wow.
These are the hard hitting questions now.
Damn. Okay, I would say Sydney. I'd be
Okay.
a blonde Sydney, but
I
I
mean,
think I could definitely.
I don't think the hair color really mattered.
You
I
don't think
think
so?
no, I don't think so. I think if she had been blonde when the film was cast,
Yeah,
she'd have
true.
been a blonde Sydney. I don't think there's
Yep.
the hair color decide decided who got the job. You know, I might be wrong with that, but
All right, and then number two, it's not horror, but Harley Quinn.
the Margot Robbie one,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
fair
that's
enough,
that's one of my dream roles.
fair enough, fair enough. I mean, you got the stupid Suicide Squad, you've got the decent Suicide Squad, and then you have that awful Birds of Prey movie.
Yeah, I will not watch that one. Okay, probably a mixture of actually just talking Harley Quinn. I'm not talking about any other character. Just like Harley Quinn, I would do a mixture of both. The badass newer one with the fight scene and the that, but then also the more seductive, sexy, cute, haha, I'm a whack job kind of blend.
What happens? I'm batshit crazy.
I'm batshit crazy. Yeah.
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 I thought that like she was good in both of them.
Mhm.
As much trouble as the first movie had,
Yeah.
but like that I don't think was as much. There was other issues in play for that movie.
Yeah. Yeah. There's definitely things that they could have taken out,
Like,
replaced.
don't get me wrong. If I was at a house party or whatever and someone put it on, I'm not gonna go and actively not watch it.
Yeah.
But it's not one that I'd rush to put on.
Right. Yeah, that's understandable.
Mm.
That's understandable.
So you're going with Scream. So that's obviously your franchise then, is it?
I think so, yeah. I think so.
To, Al Tombstone Ted would be happy with you. That's his. That's
Eh,
his. That's his franchise.
As a franchise, yeah. I love
I,
Scream. Yet again, I love all of them, but I think either Scream or, Final Destination,
only
Saw.
rewatched all of them recently.
Yeah,
They were awesome.
they are awesome. They are. They're so good.
Um, the there was the four of us that were part of this show for a long time.
Mhm.
We all had different franchises of the big four, really.
Okay.
So Ian loved Halloween.
Oh, Michael Myers, yep.
Uh,
Yep.
Carl Carl was a Texas Chainsaw guy.
Oh, yep.
Uh, Ted is the was Scream, and then I would have been Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, I love that. The
And J-
originals. I love it.
and Jason can go in the bin.
Jason can go in the bin. I love
Yeah.
Jason. What do you mean? I love Jason. Get out of here.
Do you not find them extremely boring? I find them quite boring. Some of the
You
kills are
find them
fun, but
boring. I
I love the first one. The first one was one of the first movies
love the first one.
that actually gave me a scare. You know that scene when Kevin Bacon's lying on the bed and he gets the arrow through the neck?
I think in the original, right?
Yeah.
It's been a
And
minute since I've watched it, but I think I
he's,
know what you're talking about.
well,
Yeah.
he's lying on the bed, right, and the hand comes up onto his forehead, and then the arrow comes through his
Yes.
neck.
In the bed. Yep. Oh
I
yeah,
had a
that one.
bed
That was
very
good.
similar to that when I was younger.
Oh wait, what? Wait, what do you
Yeah.
mean?
It
Do
was,
I want to know or do I not want to know?
so the type of bed, it's just the type of bed it was with the
Oh,
like
I thought you meant the situation. I would have been like,
no, no,
oh
no,
my
no, no.
god.
The bed itself,
Yeah.
mine was fairly similar to that, and I was like, nah, I seen this before.
Oh, see, that's
Yeah,
scary. That's scary. I'm
but
gonna
okay.
be. I mean, I'm gonna be the for a film that's upcoming. It's gonna be shooting in September. I'm gonna be the day. I cannot talk today. My gosh. I'm gonna be flying to Illinois, so it's gonna be a little bit of a flight. But I was casted as the lead role in Jason's Fury, which is a Friday the 13th fan film.
Ooh.
So, your favorite, Mark Haynes is gonna be in that. A
Is he
lot of
Jason?
no, he's not. He's not Jason.
That's some bullshit right there.
But I am playing the lead, Stephanie Kimball, so I'm Jason's niece. So there's a lot in this story that I'm very excited to kind of dive deep into and
I mean,
really.
I've seen Vengeance, uh, one and two,
Okay.
the
I
fan
can't give
films.
away the plot. I can't give away the plot. I
No,
want
but
to, but I can't.
I've seen the fan films,
Yeah,
and they were really fucking good.
yeah. The fan films are incredible.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's not the same director, is it?
No, so this is by Maurice McCoy Jr. and it's following the story of Adam Marcus and Anthony's films. So it's like a follow-up to those films.
Oh, nice, nice.
Mhm.
I did. I must say, I
Yes.
enjoyed Vengeance and Vengeance 2.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely keep an eye out for that one.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be posting it.
I'll see it somewhere along the way.
Yeah, right?
The no, but I noticed now there's a lot more of those fan films coming out, and they look very good.
Yeah.
One I don't know whether you've seen me share it out recently was Cody Fox, Days of Sodom. It's a Crow fan film that he done.
Ooh.
It looks off the fucking
Was
charts.
it good?
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. The trailer only dropped
No.
on Friday.
Ooh, okay.
I'll send it to you. It looks unreal.
Yes, please, please. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I love fan films. I think that they are definitely underrated, which sucks. But I think that they're incredible, and I think that they do surprisingly, I think they do have their own fan base of their own.
Oh, absolutely. And you'll always
Yeah.
get fans of the franchise that will watch it.
Right. Of course. Yeah.
Mm. Like I done an interview yesterday at the time of recording yesterday with Rob Schmidt, who directed Wrong Turn,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
one of my all-time favorite horror films,
Ooh, okay.
Mm, like all time. But
All
like
time.
if there was a fan film of the Hilliker brothers, I'd watch it.
Yeah. Right.
Absolutely, I fucking love the franchise.
Right.
Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's why I think they're I think that
Excuse me.
that's why fan films are loved so much too, because it's just yeah.
Absolutely.
It's everybody putting their own spin on the character and the killer and
Yeah, but
it's
you
insane.
get the creative control of what's being
Right.
done. Like,
Right.
don't get me wrong. I love Freddy versus Jason as a horror fan, but as a
Right.
movie, it's atrociously bad in terms of
Mm.
story.
I've heard, yeah, I've heard some
Have you not
mixed.
seen it?
I have not. No,
You haven't
gotta
seen
see
Freddy
it.
versus Jason? There's some awesome kills in it,
I gotta see.
especially when
Yeah.
Beyonce's in it too. No, Kelly Rowland's in it. Yeah, Kelly Rowland is in it.
I gotta keep my eyes out for it. Then I gotta see it. I gotta watch
Yeah,
it.
2003. 2003 was a good year for horror, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was yeah. I was a baby when all that came out. So
What did you
yeah,
say? You're 22.
22. I was born 2002. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was 10. No, I
Oh
was
my
13.
god. 13. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I've seen
Oh,
Freddy vs Jason. You Jeepers Creepers 2.
yep. That's a
Uh,
classic.
yeah, had well actually I have a big Jeepers Creepers tattoo.
Oh my gosh, you have a tattoo of anything. Oh my god,
Yeah,
that's incredible.
yeah, I have
That's
a Jason one as well. I have a Jason, a Freddy, and a Creeper one.
nice. Nice.
Right, I'll tell you what then. What other projects have you got upcoming before we finish up tonight that you want to throw
Okay.
out there to us?
Yeah, so I've been working on a few. So upcoming we have Strange Films. It's called Cho. So this was directed by August Aguilar. So this is a real life based off a real life story of voodoo. So that is coming out very soon. That is right around the corner from being out. Um
That lad keeps popping up on my socials.
yeah,
Yeah,
follow him.
people you might know.
Follow him.
I've
Yeah,
no
get
idea
him on
who
the
it is.
show. Get him on the show. You have to.
I'll
He's a
say
great
you
guy.
sent me.
Yeah. Yeah, right? Do it, please. But what else is coming up? So we got Show. We have Wes Clark's Psychic Files. So that was actually filmed like a few weeks ago. And that is insane. So that is a definite keep an eye out for. I just wrapped up John Ritter's Hollow, which I play a very ditzy fun character. Let's say I don't get a good happy ending. Let's put it like that. So that is actually going to be edited very soon. Um, as well as First Aid of Fear, which I'll be filming in a month. And then
Oh,
as well, Jason's Fury. So there's a lot coming up. I'm a busy bee, but I'm gonna keep everybody updated with the projects and stuff like that on my socials. So I'll be very active on there.
yeah, and you'll probably see me sharing them out then.
Oh, I
We like
appreciate that.
to keep it an eye on former guests and guests of the
Man.
show that don't see what they've been up to.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. Thank you. Your support
What
means a lot.
what has Lauren been up to? She's been killed about 47 times.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
I
That's it.
do voice a killer. I voice one killer. One killer. And that's in the video game Yandere Simulator, but that's about it. I have not been a killer yet. Yet.
See, I was just about to say, I think for you when you said you're 4 foot 11,
Eh?
you might fall into that typecast
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah.
You might
Yeah.
age out of it eventually.
I hope I grow. I hope. I'm still
No,
waiting.
no. Well, I don't think you're going to grow too much more at 22, but
Yeah. I know,
um,
I know,
you
I know. I can
you might
dream.
age out of that girl next door kind of
Yeah.
character.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although there's nothing to say that you couldn't be a 4 foot 11 psychopath. Mm,
And hey, trick photography.
or just wear really big shoes.
Really big shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take a lot of aspirin, Tylenol. Yeah.
Or just get like did you ever see those Converse that have like the soles that are like that size?
Yes. That is something I would wear. You think, oh my gosh.
What happens? She was 4 foot 11 yesterday. She's 6 foot 2 now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. What happens? 6 trips to the emergency room later for a broken ankle.
Yes. Yes. I'm not gonna disagree with
Totally worth it.
you. So, hey, I got it from you first.
Yeah. You,
I got the idea from you.
you can you can quote me on it. He told me to do it.
I totally will. I
Yeah.
totally will.
Um. But I'll throw a couple of questions out to you then before we finish up.
Okay.
Right. Throw me your top five favorite horror movies.
All right. Top five? Okay. Scream, Ready or Not,
Ready or Not.
Saw,
Awesome.
yes. Final Destination, Halloween.
Which Halloween?
Oh God.
78.
Oh yeah, the old ones.
Well, you can only
The
pick
new ones
one.
the new ones just confused me. I love Myers, but, like, the new ones just confused me. They throw him in a wood chipper and he's coming back?
No, he's not coming back.
Oh, no, they're making another one.
No. I thought that was all that fake fan AI stuff.
Mm-mm. No. I
Oh.
wish.
Oh.
I wish.
I liked that trilogy and I liked how it ended.
You did. Well, what are we
Yeah.
gonna think now that he comes back?
Now I'll probably go back to being like, oh, that franchise can just stay there now
Yeah,
and
yeah.
be stuck in the mud.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's so sad.
Um.
Alright, next
Okay.
question.
That's a good five. Ready or Not's one that hasn't popped up too often.
Really?
Uh,
I love Red.
Ready or Not Two has just finished film production,
Yes,
hadn't
I'm
it?
so excited. I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, the cast looks good. I like Samara Weaving. She's awesome.
Yes. Yeah.
She's kind of that unsung hero of horror, really, at the minute, isn't she?
Mm. That's a
She's
good
done
way to look at it, yeah.
she's done a few recently.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
um, right. If you had to pick a creature feature, what would you go with?
Ooh. Oh my god. Oh
Tough
my
question.
god. Oh my gosh. Okay, so like a creature killer.
No, like a favorite creature feature film.
Creature feature film. I haven't seen too many. Oh my
No.
god. Maybe The Thing. Does that count?
Yep.
It counts. Okay,
Uh,
yeah, I'd take The Thing. Yeah,
the thing. Yeah. Okay. That's
The
fine.
Thing.
It's a good
Yes.
answer. It's a
That's
good
good.
answer.
It's a good
It's good.
movie.
What's your favorite horror remake?
Oh my
Actually,
god.
I'll take your top three horror remakes.
Okay, okay, that makes it semi easier. Okay, so I'd probably say. Oh, oh my gosh. Okay, this might be a hot take, but I'm gonna say it anyway. And then some. It's not like what we were talking about earlier, where it's not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna put this on specifically, but if it was on, I'd watch it. The new Freddy.
Oh no,
Um.
no, no, we're
Yes.
done. No,
Yes.
this e-
Yes.
this episode is not coming out.
How dare you? No.
Good lord.
Okay. 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 Fine. 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 It's not horror. Suicide Squad.
I don't know if it's a reboot, but okay, yeah, okay.
It kind of is. It
Yeah.
counts. Okay, and then I'm excited for the. Oh, actually, no, Terry.
The Mike Flanagan one. Yeah, it's a
I love
TV
her.
show,
I
isn't
love
it?
Chloe. I love Chloe Grace.
Oh no, sorry, you're talking about the movie remake.
The remake.
Yeah, there's a Mike Flanagan just started production on the Carrie
Yes, the
TV show.
TV series. Mm-hmm. I
That's
don't.
what I thought you were
I'm
talking about.
hoping it's good. I'm hoping.
It's Mike Flanagan. It's gonna be good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I really didn't like that Freddy answer though.
Um,
Oh, it was horrendous.
okay. What
I,
would you be
I,
happier if I said Child's Play? Because that one was
I don't know. I didn't see that reboot.
you saved yourself.
I heard.
I didn't
Uh,
think it was that good. I didn't think it was that
uh,
good.
I heard Mark Hamill was in it though. He done the voiceover, didn't
Yeah. Yeah.
he? No, I think I'd rather watch paint dry than watch that 2010 Nightmare on Elm Street.
Are you serious?
Do you know what? I was only talking about it yesterday when I recorded with Rob that I went to see it in the cinema.
Okay.
Right? As I said, Nightmare on Elm Street's my favorite film, so I was
Yeah.
hyped to bits for it. Went to see
Right.
it in the cinema and came out at the end of it, and I was like, I don't know if I liked that or I didn't like that. So I
Mm.
went again, sort of, I think 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock the next day.
Okay.
Literally, not even 24 hours later, I went to see it again, and I walked out and I was like, that's the greatest load of trash, absolute trash. I really enjoyed what they were going with.
Yeah.
For the first 40 minutes, and then it's like they got muddled in the story and went, okay, fuck it, we'll just go back to the
I
way it was.
understand. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
And I like Rooney Mara and I like Kyle Gallner. Um, it's just a Clancy Brown as well. And I was just like, no, didn't
It
work.
wasn't your thing. Yeah.
Didn't work. Rooney Mara didn't sell me as Nancy. Didn't sell it at
No.
all.
Yeah.
Not that like I say it now, and you're looking back at a 1984 film. I don't think Heather Langenkamp's acting was great in the original one,
Mhm.
but it was still better than that
Yeah.
2010 one. Like I feel for Jackie Earl Haley because I like him as an actor. I think his voice was fantastic, but
Yeah.
the look of Freddie was atrocious.
The look was a little off, I will say
Yeah,
that. The look
it
was a
was
little off.
atrocious.
Yeah.
But now I'm going to call you out here, right? So you just mentioned the creature feature
Yes.
of the thing. Why did the thing not make it into your remake?
Okay, fine, let's switch that out then. That'll be
No, no,
first.
you can't switch it out now.
Yes!
The
Oh
thing,
my
the
god.
1981 thing is the best remake in
That's
any
the
genre ever,
Yeah, it was
ever.
good. Yeah,
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 John Carpenter's The Thing is the greatest remake ever,
yeah, yeah.
um, bar none. Like bar none in any genre, and
Yeah,
that's a hill I will die on.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. No, it was really good, 1000%.
um, like
Hmm.
it's better. It's better than Scarface. It's better than The Departed. It's better than all those.
Mm.
Um, but that's well, people could argue Lord of the Rings is a remake because it was a cartoon, but
I never
that's
watched it, never saw it.
the cartoon.
No, just both, I never got into it.
You never watched Lord of the Rings,
Mm-mm. No.
really?
Yeah, no, never saw it.
Oh, I'm so jealous. I wish
Why?
I
You didn't
wish
like
I'd never
it?
I wish I'd never seen it. I'd love to be able to sit down and watch it again as a first time.
Oh. Oh, really?
Yeah, I watched the first two of them with my young fella recently,
Yeah.
and he must have asked me about 4 million questions. I was like, oh my god.
Oh.
Poor
Oh.
little, he's got ADHD and he's got autism, and he just asked me about four
Oh.
million questions, and I'm sitting there going, I was like, oh, this is the worst movie in the world to watch with someone that can't sit still.
Oh.
But we
Ah.
recently started Star Wars,
That's
and
that's that's a story. That's
he's
Oh my
he's
god.
he's glued to it, and I'm like, so he comes home from school and says, "Can we watch Star Wars now?" And I was like, "No."
Oh. No.
I was like, "Can you just stop for a minute?" Um,
Oh.
yeah. So,
All right.
what we'll do is I'll leave it there, Lauren. We'll keep an eye out on the socials and whenever things come out for you. Hang on for 1 sec. Sorry, I just have
You're
to pause it
good.
there for
You're
1 sec.
good.
So we'll finish this, Lauren. Obviously, we'll keep an eye on your socials and I'll share out whenever you have stuff out. Anything you want to send on for me to watch, you know where I am. And we'll definitely be keeping a close eye because I reckon it'll be a name to keep an eye on for the
Oh,
future.
thank you.
Remember, you heard it here first. But what we'll do, folks, is I'll finish this the way I finish absolutely every single Friday night. In the words of the great George A. Romero, ladies and gentlemen, stay scared.